In the realm of Greek tragedy, few tales resonate as powerfully as that of Oedipus. The origins of this tragic narrative lie in a chilling prophecy delivered by the Oracle of Delphi. This prophecy foretells that Oedipus will unwittingly kill his father and marry his mother, a fate so horrific that even the mere mention of it sends shivers down the spine. The story begins long before Oedipus takes his first breath, with his parents, King Laius and Queen Jocasta, learning of this dire prediction. In an attempt to defy fate, they abandon their infant son, believing that by removing him from their lives, they can escape the prophecy's grasp. However, the gods, in their inscrutable wisdom, have other plans. Oedipus is rescued and raised by the king and queen of Corinth, unaware of his true lineage. The prophecy continues to loom over him like a dark cloud, shaping his destiny in ways he cannot comprehend. As he grows older, Oedipus learns of the oracle's words and, believing he can outsmart fate, flees Corinth to avoid killing his father. This decision, driven by a desire to control his own destiny, sets off a chain of events that ultimately leads him back to his true identity. The chilling irony of Oedipus's journey lies in his earnest efforts to escape his fate. Every choice he makes, intended to avoid the prophecy, inadvertently brings him closer to its fulfillment. This paradox highlights a key theme of the tragedy, the inescapable nature of fate. No matter how hard Oedipus tries to forge a different path, he is ensnared by the very prophecy he seeks to avoid. His story serves as a poignant reminder of the limitations of human agency in the face of destiny. Moreover, the prophecy serves not only as a plot catalyst but also as a vehicle for exploring deeper philosophical questions about fate and free will. Can one truly escape their destiny, or are we bound by forces beyond our control? Oedipus's journey forces the audience to grapple with these questions, prompting reflection on the nature of existence and the role of human choice in shaping one's life. The tragic irony of his situation compels us to consider the fragility of our own decisions and the potential consequences that may arise from them. In examining the prophecy of Oedipus, we are invited to explore the interplay between fate and free will, a theme that resonates throughout the annals of literature. Oedipus's tale, steeped in tragedy, exemplifies the profound complexities of human experience, making it a timeless narrative that continues to captivate audiences. The tension between fate and free will is a central theme in the story of Oedipus, creating a rich tapestry of philosophical inquiry. As Oedipus embarks on his journey, he embodies the struggle of humanity to assert control over one's destiny. He believes that by making conscious choices, he can alter the course of events predetermined by the gods. However, the tragic arc of his story reveals the limitations of this belief, as Oedipus's actions ultimately lead him to fulfill the very prophecy he sought to escape. From the moment Oedipus learns of the oracle's prediction, he is caught in a web of conflicting emotions. His desire to resist fate drives him to make decisions that paradoxically align him with his prophesied future. This conflict serves as a reflection of the human condition, our innate desire for agency clashing with the reality of forces beyond our control. Oedipus's plight compels us to question the extent to which we are masters of our own fate, or whether we are mere pawns in a larger cosmic game. As the narrative unfolds, Oedipus's efforts to confront and challenge his fate are met with a series of tragic revelations. Each choice he makes, whether out of defiance or desperation, leads him closer to the fulfillment of the prophecy. This progression highlights the intricate relationship between fate and free will, suggesting that our choices, while significant, may ultimately be directed by a predetermined path. The interplay between these forces invites contemplation on the nature of responsibility and the consequences of our actions. Furthermore, the dynamic between fate and free will in Oedipus's story raises questions about the role of the gods in human affairs. Are they mere observers, or do they actively shape the destinies of mortals? The god's involvement in the lives of Oedipus and his family suggests a complex interplay of divine influence and human agency. This nuanced portrayal challenges simplistic notions of fate as a fixed, unchangeable force, instead presenting it as a fluid concept that interacts with individual choices and circumstances. Ultimately, the theme of fate versus free will in Oedipus's tragedy serves as a profound exploration of the human experience. It encourages us to reflect on our own lives, the choices we make, and the forces that shape our destinies. Oedipus's journey becomes not just a tale of personal tragedy, but a mirror reflecting the universal struggle to navigate the complexities of existence. Oedipus Rex, often hailed as a quintessential example of Greek tragedy, encapsulates the elements that define this rich literary tradition. Central to the tragic genre is the concept of hamartia, or the tragic flaw, which in Oedipus's case manifests as his hubris and relentless pursuit of the truth. This characteristic, while admirable in its intent, ultimately leads to his downfall, as it blinds him to the reality of his situation. The audience witnesses Oedipus's gradual descent from a respected king to a figure of profound despair, underscoring the tragic consequences of his flaws. An equally important element of Greek tragedy is the concept of anagnorisis, or recognition. Throughout the narrative, Oedipus embarks on a quest for knowledge, determined to uncover the truth behind the plague afflicting Thebes. However, this pursuit of truth culminates in a devastating revelation. He himself is the source of the city's suffering. The moment of anagnorisis, when Oedipus realizes that he has fulfilled the prophecy, serves as a powerful turning point in the narrative. It evokes a profound sense of pity and fear in the audience, hallmarks of the tragic experience. Moreover, Greek tragedy often explores the idea of catharsis, the emotional release experienced by the audience as they engage with the character's suffering. In the case of Oedipus, the audience experiences a deep sense of empathy for his plight, recognizing the tragic irony of his situation. The cathartic experience allows viewers to confront their own fears and vulnerabilities, making the tragedy not only a story of a man's downfall, but also a reflection of universal human struggles. The structure of Greek tragedy also plays a vital role in shaping the narrative. With its use of a chorus, Oedipus Rex provides a communal voice that reflects the moral and emotional landscape of the story. The chorus comments on the action, offering insights into the characters' motivations and the implications of their choices. This interplay between the chorus and the main characters enhances the audience's understanding of the tragic themes, creating a rich and immersive experience. In essence, the role of Greek tragedy in the story of Oedipus is multifaceted, intertwining elements of character, plot, and audience engagement. It invites viewers to grapple with profound questions about fate, free will, and the human condition, ensuring that Oedipus's tale remains a timeless exploration of tragedy's enduring power. The city of Thebes serves as a crucial backdrop for the tragic events that unfold in Oedipus Rex. As the setting for this narrative, Thebes is not just a physical location. It embodies the social and political complexities of the time. The city is plagued by a mysterious disease, a manifestation of the moral decay that has taken root within its walls. This affliction compels Oedipus to seek answers, setting into motion the chain of events that will lead to his tragic downfall. The political landscape of Thebes is marked by a sense of instability, as the citizens look to Oedipus for salvation. His rise to power, following the defeat of the Sphinx, positions him as a hero in the eyes of the people. However, the expectations placed upon him also create immense pressure, as the citizens believe that his leadership will restore order to their chaotic lives. This dynamic underscores the theme of responsibility, as Oedipus grapples with his duty to protect his city while simultaneously confronting the dark truths of his own existence. Moreover, the social structure of Thebes plays a significant role in the narrative. The relationships between characters, including Oedipus, Jocasta, and Creon, reflect the intricate web of power and loyalty that defines the city. As Oedipus seeks to uncover the truth behind the plague, he is met with resistance from those around him, highlighting the tension between personal ambition and collective welfare. This conflict serves as a microcosm of the broader societal struggles faced by the citizens of Thebes. The city itself becomes a character in the tragedy, with its fate intertwined with that of Oedipus. As he unravels the mysteries surrounding his identity, the health of Thebes deteriorates, symbolizing the inextricable link between individual and communal well-being. The audience witnesses the consequences of Oedipus's actions not only on his own life, but also on the lives of the citizens he vowed to protect. In examining the role of Thebes in Oedipus Rex, we gain insight into the complexities of human relationships and the impact of individual choices on the larger community. The city, with all its flaws and struggles, serves as a poignant reminder of the interconnectedness of human experience, amplifying the tragedy of Oedipus's journey and its repercussions for all who inhabit its walls. In the heart of Sophocles' tragedy lies Oedipus' relentless quest for truth. This journey is not merely a physical one. It's deeply psychological and existential. Oedipus, the king of Thebes, seeks to uncover the truth about a curse afflicting his city. Little does he realize that in this pursuit, he will unearth the most devastating truths about himself and his past. His journey represents a universal human experience, the desire to understand oneself, to confront the shadows of one's history, and to seek meaning in the chaos of existence. The search for truth in Oedipus' life is twofold. First, it involves the external truth of the plague ravaging Thebes, which is a direct consequence of his own past actions. Second, it encompasses the internal truth of his identity and familial relationships. As Oedipus consults oracles and delves into prophecies, each revelation pulls him closer to a harrowing realization. He embodies the archetype of the tragic hero whose quest for knowledge ultimately leads to his downfall. This duality of seeking truth, both in the world around him and within himself, highlights the complexity of human nature. Oedipus' determination to rid Thebes of the plague drives him to confront the oracle at Delphi, revealing his tenacity and sense of duty as a ruler. However, his insistence on uncovering the truth also reflects a deeper philosophical quandary. Can one ever truly know oneself? Oedipus believes that by uncovering the truth about Laius' murder, he will not only save his city but also redeem himself. Yet, this quest becomes a double-edged sword, as the truths he uncovers are more horrific than he could have imagined. As the narrative unfolds, each discovery becomes a step closer to his tragic fate. The audience witnesses Oedipus transform from a confident king into a broken man, stripped of his identity and dignity. This transformation serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of human existence. The journey for truth, while noble, can lead to despair when the truths revealed are too painful to bear. Oedipus' tragic realization of his own identity culminates in a profound sense of loss, not just for his kingdom, but for himself. Ultimately, Oedipus' search for truth underscores a fundamental aspect of the human condition. The quest for self-understanding can lead to enlightenment, but may also bring forth despair. His journey illustrates that the pursuit of truth is fraught with peril, as it can unearth the very horrors one seeks to escape. Through Oedipus' story, we learn that while the truth can be liberating, it can also be devastating, forever altering the course of one's life. The interplay between sight and blindness serves as a powerful motif in Oedipus' narrative. This theme encapsulates the tension between knowledge and ignorance, illustrating how the characters grapple with the complexities of truth. Oedipus, despite his physical sight, is metaphorically blind to the reality of his circumstances. His inability to perceive the truth about his identity and fate unveils the irony of his situation. As the story progresses, this blindness becomes a central element of his tragic downfall. In contrast, the blind prophet Tiresias embodies the wisdom that comes from seeing beyond the physical realm. His blindness is symbolic of a deeper insight into human fate and the moral complexities of existence. When Tiresias reveals the truth to Oedipus, he is met with skepticism and anger. This moment highlights the theme of sight and blindness, as Oedipus' refusal to accept the truth blinds him to the reality of his actions. The irony here is palpable. The one who can see physically is the one who is blind to his own fate. The theme also extends to Jocasta, Oedipus' wife and mother, who oscillates between knowledge and denial. Her attempts to dismiss the prophecies and the truth of their relationship reflect a profound desire to remain in ignorance. Jocasta's blindness to the implications of her actions adds layers to the tragedy, as she ultimately cannot escape the fate that has been set for her. This duality between sight and blindness serves as a reminder of the complexities of human relationships, where love and ignorance often intertwine. As Oedipus descends into despair, he physically blinds himself, a poignant act that symbolizes his acceptance of the truth he has long evaded. This moment marks a tragic reversal. By losing his physical sight, he gains a deeper understanding of his reality. His blindness becomes a form of liberation from the torment of knowledge. The tragic irony is that only in his blindness does he begin to see the truth of his existence. This act encapsulates the tragic essence of his journey, as he learns that sometimes knowledge can be an unbearable burden. The theme of sight and blindness invites reflection on the nature of knowledge and understanding. It challenges the audience to consider the ways in which we, too, may be blind to our own truths. In Oedipus' story, sight becomes a metaphor for awareness, while blindness symbolizes ignorance. This duality enriches the narrative, providing a nuanced exploration of the human condition and the complexities of our own pursuits of truth. While Oedipus stands at the forefront of the tragedy, the secondary characters play crucial roles in shaping the narrative and revealing the deeper layers of Oedipus' fate. Jocasta, Oedipus' wife and mother, is a complex figure whose actions and motivations significantly impact the unfolding events. Initially, she appears as a supportive partner, eager to protect Oedipus from the painful truths of their reality. However, her denial and attempts to dismiss the prophecies ultimately contribute to Oedipus' tragic downfall. Jocasta's character serves as a lens through which the themes of fate and free will are explored. Her initial skepticism of the oracles reflects a desire to assert control over her destiny. Yet, her inability to confront the truth leads to catastrophic consequences. This tension between knowledge and denial illustrates the complexities of human relationships, particularly the ways love can blind individuals to harsh realities. Jocasta embodies the struggle between the desire for truth and the instinct to protect oneself from pain. Creon, Oedipus' brother-in-law and a pivotal character, represents loyalty and the burdens of leadership. When Oedipus seeks answers about the plague, Creon's role becomes increasingly significant as he provides essential information and guidance. However, Creon's character also highlights the political dimensions of the tragedy as he navigates the delicate balance between loyalty to his family and the needs of the city. His interactions with Oedipus reveal the complexities of power dynamics and the moral dilemmas faced by those in leadership. The characters of Tiresias and the shepherd add further depth to the narrative. Tiresias, the blind prophet, serves as a harbinger of truth, contrasting sharply with Oedipus' ignorance. His presence emphasizes the theme of sight and blindness, as he possesses knowledge that Oedipus cannot fathom. The shepherd, who ultimately reveals the truth of Oedipus' origins, underscores the tragic circumstances of Oedipus' life. These secondary characters are instrumental in unfolding the layers of Oedipus' identity, showcasing the interconnectedness of human experiences and the shared burdens of fate. Through the lens of these secondary characters, the tragedy of Oedipus becomes a collective experience. Their actions and choices resonate with themes of love, denial, loyalty, and the inescapable nature of fate. Each character contributes to Oedipus' journey, illustrating the intricate web of relationships that shape his destiny. Their presence serves as a reminder that tragedies are rarely isolated events. Instead, they are often the culmination of interconnected lives and choices. The Sphinx, a central figure in Oedipus' story, serves as a powerful symbol of the challenges and enigmas of life. This mythical creature, known for posing riddles to travelers, embodies the notion that life is fraught with complexities and uncertainties. The Sphinx's riddle, what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening, is not just a test of intelligence. It represents the journey of human existence, marked by stages of growth, change, and ultimately mortality. The encounter between Oedipus and the Sphinx is pivotal, as it marks his rise to power and foreshadows his tragic fate. By solving the riddle, Oedipus not only saves Thebes from the creature's terror, but also establishes himself as a capable leader. However, this victory becomes ironic in hindsight, as it sets in motion a series of events that will lead to his downfall. The Sphinx symbolizes the duality of knowledge. While it can empower, it can also ensnare individuals in a web of unforeseen consequences. Moreover, the Sphinx embodies the theme of the unknown and the human struggle to find meaning in life. Oedipus' victory over the Sphinx signifies humanity's quest for understanding in a world filled with uncertainties. Yet, as the story unfolds, it becomes evident that the answers we seek often lead to more complex questions. The Sphinx serves as a reminder that the journey of life is not linear. Rather, it is filled with twists and turns that challenge our perceptions and beliefs. The symbolism of the Sphinx extends to the broader themes of fate and free will. While Oedipus' intellect allows him to conquer the Sphinx, it simultaneously blinds him to the deeper truths of his existence. This duality reflects the intricate relationship between knowledge and ignorance, as the very qualities that elevate him also lead to his tragic downfall. The Sphinx, in its enigmatic nature, becomes a metaphor for the labyrinthine journey of self-discovery and the inherent dangers of seeking knowledge. Through the Sphinx, Sophocles invites the audience to consider the complexities of existence. The creature's riddles echo the profound questions that haunt humanity, challenging individuals to confront the mysteries of life, and the nature of the theme of individual responsibility is a prominent aspect of Oedipus's tragedy. While fate plays a significant role in the narrative, Oedipus's actions and decisions also contribute to his downfall. This raises important questions about the extent to which individuals are accountable for their choices, even when those choices seem to be influenced by a predetermined destiny. Oedipus's journey illustrates the tension between fate and free will, challenging the notion of absolute determinism. Oedipus's initial quest to save Thebes from the plague is rooted in a sense of responsibility. He takes it upon himself to seek the truth, demonstrating a proactive approach to his role as king. However, as the narrative unfolds, it becomes evident that his pursuit of knowledge leads him to confront harsh realities about his past. The very qualities that define him, his intelligence, determination, and sense of justice, ultimately culminate in tragic consequences. This paradox highlights the complexity of individual responsibility, suggesting that the quest for truth is not always virtuous and can lead to catastrophic outcomes. Furthermore, Oedipus's refusal to accept warnings from others, such as Tiresias, unearths his flawed perception of responsibility. He believes he is in control of his fate, illustrating a common human tendency to dismiss external advice when it contradicts one's self-image. This hubris, or excessive pride, becomes a critical aspect of his hamartia, or tragic flaw. Oedipus's belief in his ability to outsmart fate ultimately leads to his downfall, emphasizing the importance of humility and recognition of one's limitations in the face of overwhelming circumstances. The notion of responsibility extends beyond Oedipus himself to the broader implications for society. His tragic fate serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of ignoring the interconnectedness of individual actions and their effects on the community. As a leader, Oedipus's choices impact the entire city of Thebes, and his failure to acknowledge the repercussions of his decisions results in widespread suffering. This theme resonates with audiences, inviting reflection on the responsibilities that accompany power and the ethical considerations of leadership. In summary, the exploration of individual responsibility in Oedipus's story invites audiences to grapple with the complexities of choice, consequence, and accountability. While fate undeniably shapes the course of events, the narrative emphasizes that individuals must also confront the results of their actions. Oedipus's tragic journey serves as a poignant reminder that the pursuit of truth and responsibility is fraught with challenges, and that understanding the weight of one's choices is crucial in navigating the intricacies of life. Oedipus's story has profoundly influenced the field of psychoanalysis, particularly through Sigmund Freud's formulation of the Oedipus complex. Freud posited that the narrative reflects innate psychological conflicts experienced during childhood, particularly the dynamics of desire and rivalry between parent and child. The term Oedipus complex refers to a child's unconscious desire for the opposite-sex parent and jealousy toward the same-sex parent. This concept draws its name from Oedipus, whose tragic fate unfolds as he unwittingly fulfills the prophecy of killing his father and marrying his mother. The significance of the Oedipus complex lies in its exploration of human sexuality and familial relationships. Freud suggested that these themes are not merely confined to the realm of mythology, but resonate within the psyches of individuals. The story of Oedipus serves as a lens through which one can examine the complexities of desire, identity, and the formation of the self. The unconscious motivations and conflicts depicted in Oedipus's narrative mirror the struggles faced by individuals in reconciling their desires with societal expectations. Freud's interpretation also delves into the notion of repression and its role in shaping behavior. Oedipus's attempts to flee from his fate can be seen as a manifestation of repressed desires and fears. His ignorance of his true identity symbolizes the struggle between conscious awareness and unconscious impulses. This dynamic highlights the tension between rational thought and emotional drives, suggesting that individuals often grapple with internal conflicts that influence their actions, even when they are unaware of those forces. In addition to Freud's theories, other psychoanalytic interpretations have emerged, broadening the understanding of the Oedipus myth. For instance, Carl Jung proposed the concept of the archetype, suggesting that the characters and themes within the Oedipus story represent universal human experiences. The archetype of the tragic hero, embodied by Oedipus, reflects fundamental aspects of the human psyche, such as the struggle for self-knowledge and the confrontation with one's shadow. This perspective emphasizes the timeless relevance of Oedipus's narrative, as it resonates across cultures and eras. The psychoanalytic lens applied to Oedipus's story invites deeper reflection on the complexities of human behavior and the interplay between individual psychology and cultural narratives. By examining the motivations, desires, and conflicts within the characters, audiences can gain insights into their own lives and the universal themes that shape the human experience. Oedipus's tragedy, therefore, transcends its mythological origins, serving as a rich source for understanding the intricacies of the human mind and the enduring quest for identity and self-awareness. As we unravel the tragic tale of Oedipus, we're reminded that fate can be a relentless force, twisting even the noblest intentions into catastrophic outcomes. Oedipus, the man who sought to escape his destiny, ultimately found himself ensnared by it. But what can we learn from his story? Is it truly possible to change our fate? Or are we all just puppets in the hands of the gods? Consider this. Oedipus's journey teaches us about the power of knowledge and the burden it can bring. Would you seek the truth if it meant facing your worst fears? And how often do we, in our own lives, turn a blind eye to the signs around us? As we draw our exploration to a close, think about the role of hubris in Oedipus's downfall. Are there areas in your life where pride might be blinding you? Remember, the lessons of Greek mythology resonate through time. What parallels can you draw between Oedipus's fate and modern challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating tales from the world of Greek mythology. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep discovering the timeless wisdom woven into these ancient stories.